They're your MCs tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard.
I'm Mia.
I'm Cheney.
I'm Imani.
And we're your 2022 overalls. We are so excited to have you all here tonight.
We have a great lineup of performers.
All the money raised tonight will go to FourDiamonds. FourDiamonds is an organization that assists families in their fight against pediatric cancer.
Please welcome our first performance of the night, The Visitors.
What inspired you to start singing?
From all of us, singing was really a way to communicate and find the words when normally it's hard to do so.
Who is your biggest role model?
The Strokes.
What artist or band has had the biggest impact on you?
The Strokes.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to while being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
We really enjoy playing music for people and seeing how happy it makes them. So we're really excited to be able to do that live for everyone.
Okay. Where did your inspiration come from for the song you chose?
Well, Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet is one of the coolest songs we've ever heard, and we hope you'll think the same.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Coming up next on stage is The Visitors singing Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet.
So fine that I really wanna make you mine. You look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Bet you don't need the money when you look like that, do you? She's got big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back there. Now I can see you home with me. Said, are you gonna be my girl? Said, 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. You look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Bet you don't need the money with a face like that, do you, honey? She's got big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back there. Now I can see you home with me, but you was with another man. Yeah, I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away, girl. I said, are you gonna be my girl?
What a great performance, guys. Now let's hear from the judges. Derek, what are your thoughts?
This thing's on. Okay, there's a light. I think most importantly, you guys performed the song more than just played it. You really brought it, and it showed. You guys put a lot of thought into delivering the song as a band rather than just individual parts and everything. So I loved it. I thought it was excellent. The tones were dialed in right. Just some of the subtle rhythm things and everything. You guys really looked like you had a lot of fun with it. So, and it was evident to the crowd and everything. So excellent job. Really no critiques.
Now let's hear from Brandon.
Yeah, wow, what a way to start the show, guys. Great energy up there. I mean, you referenced the Strokes in your video there. You guys definitely have that alt-rock punk kind of vibe. You dressed in the part. You guys had good energy on stage there. I love the splashy drum work there, the hi-hat, keeping it open the whole time. Great job on the tambourine. You guys excelled at the parts where, the solos happened. The instrumentation was good. Vocally, I liked where you backed off the high notes some and changed the melody as well. So yeah, great overall job. Only thing I could possibly think of as far as stage presence, I tend to do the same thing when I'm gripping the microphone in the same way the entire song, maybe vary that up. Don't hold it, run around with it. That's really all I can think of as far as constructive criticism goes. But other than that, great wow factor to start the show, and keep on rocking, guys.
Last but not least, Rachel.
Same thing pretty much all they said. You guys had an amazing stage presence. You came out here, you were on fire, which is awesome. I thought it was quite interesting how you had both guitar players on one side. A lot of bands, they put one over on the other side just to sort of spread out the energy a little bit. But, the bass player had plenty of energy over there himself, so. But, yeah. But keep rocking, guys. Keep it up.
One more round of applause for the visitors. Good job, guys. You can go off that way.
All right, the visitors, that was a great performance that you guys gave. Now, I have done a little bit of research on you guys, and I found that one of your first performances was at a choir concert. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Prism concert.
Nice.
Sophomore year.
Nice. Now, during that concert, though, I learned that one of your instruments came unplugged. My question for you guys is, how grateful are you that did not occur tonight?
It's a great thing. I mean, it adds a bit of showmanship, but don't need it.
All right, if you guys love the visitors' performance as much as I did, make sure you go into your program, scan that QR code, and donate now. And now, a message from our sponsors.
looking like a drug. Wanted to unplug me, no one here is on trial. It's just a turnaround and we go. Oh, well then we go. Tick tock, I want to rock you like the 80s. Locking isn't allowed. Tugboat Sheila is into memorabilia. Who said 3 is a crown? We better let it hey now. We've got to make it rain somehow. She told me to do and show me what to do. How Maggie makes it in her cloud. Hey now. We've got to make it rain somehow. She told me to and show me what to do. She chose me to make it loud. Rain dance Maggie advances to the finals. Who knew she had the goods? Little did I know her body was one delicious vinyl to your neck of the woods. Wanna lick a little bit, go in now. You got to make it rain somehow. She told me to and showed me what to do, and now he makes it in her cloud. Hey now. Got to make it rain somehow. She told me to and showed me what to do. Maggie makes it in her cloud. Oh, girl, just the wrong girl. It's not for long, 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 girl. So one more time. Hey now, we've got to make it rain somehow. Told me to do, then show me what to do, and Maggie makes it in her cloud. Hey now, we've got to raise this rowdy crowd. She told me to and show me what to do. She knows how to make it loud. It's not for long, girl. Make it long, girl. It's not for long, girl. Not for long, girl.
All right, Mr. Bedard, that was an amazing performance. Now, throughout this week, I learned a little bit about you. You are a big Justin Timberlake fan. Is that true?
Absolutely. He is one of the most amazing entertainers, both musically, acting, comedy, the whole deal.
All right. Well, if you like Mr. Bedard's act, make sure you donate to the Teachers Donor Drive. And now, back to our MCs.
Have you tried Duck Donuts' warm, delicious, and made-to-order donuts? Stop in today to create your own or pick one of our fan favorites. Duck Donuts in Mechanicsburg is currently hiring for all shifts. Apply today.
When I was pretty young, but it just kind of
What inspired you the most to start singing? What inspired you the most to start singing?
I guess it kind of started with church, because I was in church choir when I was pretty young, but it just kind of carried over into something that I like really enjoyed. So yeah, it was just kind of like a natural thing.
Awesome. Who is your biggest role model in life?
In life, probably everyone's gonna say this, but Taylor Swift. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. So in both music and in life, she's a big role model there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Who is the artist or band that has had the biggest impact on you as a singer?
Take a guess.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just her style and how she can have these big, eclectic performances, but also be a very down-to-earth person is very admirable to me.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to while being on stage without a year where you couldn't?
I think the people. I think that's what I like so much about performing live is the fact that I can kind of interact with people in a sense on stage. So I like that aspect of performing live.
What inspired you to choose the song that you chose?
Well, obviously Taylor Swift just came out with Taylor's version of her version of Red. So I thought that was appropriate, and also just, I kind of was like, CV colors is red, so like, CV pride, yeah, so.
Okay, are you ready for your performance?
Heck yeah, of course I am.
Coming on stage next is Cali Ryan performing Red by Taylor Swift.
Flying through the free fall.
Callie, that was amazing. Let's see what our judges think. Brandon?
All right, so yeah, half the sell in the performance is confidence, and you definitely had that. You were commanding the stage from side to side. You weren't stationary. You weren't standing in front of the microphone. You were owning it. Great performance. Love in the package, picking red for CV Pride colors and, fitting the song and wearing red as well. So overall, great performance, and you really nailed that note over there on stage right, so good job.
Rachel?
Awesome job, and same thing, pretty much everything he said. Love the outfit. It matches the song great. You did a great job. Yeah, you had a couple little hiccups, but you kept pushing through it, and that was awesome. It's never easy to do that. I would run off the stage crying. So great job.
Derek?
They pretty much hit on everything I was going to say. Don't shoot me, but I'm not familiar with that song at all. I actually never heard of Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding about that. But so you missed a couple cues, it seemed like, in the beginning, but you just rolled with it and just kept going, and that's the most important part, is how you carry on in the song, because that really affects the performance. So good job with that. Just, keep it up. And that high note that you had, perfect. I'm glad that you stopped and just really focused on that. So, because I was hoping to hear, that upper register, and you nailed it. So good job.
Round of applause for Callie.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue on with the next phase of the show, I'd like to just take a minute and give a big thank you to our house band right here. When we envisioned this show, yeah, do it. Give it up for them. Give it up for them. Make some noise. When I conceived this show a long, long time ago, I won't bore you with the long story, but one of the things that I thought about was I've seen a lot of talent shows. I'd never seen one with a live band that learned all the songs. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to use some of my connections in the music industry, see if we can pull this off. And these guys have been with us the whole time. So I'm going to walk down, I'm going to introduce them, I'm going to ask a quick question, and then we'll move on to the next act. So right here, this man, he plays the keyboards in the house band. He also plays bass, he plays guitar, he plays drums, he sings. He's got a band named Winter Parks. James is a guy who, when he joins your band, he's going to tell you what he wants to play, and then everybody else is going to be the second best player on that instrument. James Klippel, everybody. And James, what influenced you to play music, or who?
David Bowie, music theater. David Bowie's a big idol. He's the idea of what it means to be an artist for me. So
awesome. Thanks, James. This is James's 8th time, by the way, doing this show. Right here, this is the new guy. He's only here for his 2nd time here in our show. This man plays in a band called Soul Miners Union. He also plays in about 75 other bands. Liam is one of the most versatile players I've ever been around. We met him at an open mic one night, Logan and I went to, and he could play jazz, he could play funk, he could play rock, and he can do it all. So Liam Galliano, everybody, on bass. And Liam, who influenced you to play music?
Well, I started playing bass because of Les Claypool from Primus. But since then, I've really been digging Marcus Miller. There's this guy, John Ferrara, you should all check out from Consider the Source.
Nice. And you do a great flea, too, by the way. Thanks for bailing me out. This gentleman over here, he's probably the one I'm most familiar with. He's been with the show every year that we've done it. This is Logan Bedard on drums, my own son. So, Logan, what influenced you to play music? I think I know, but go ahead and tell them.
Really, the big one was the Blue Man Group when I was a little kid. And from there, the Police, Led Zeppelin, Breaking Benjamin, all kinds of different stuff.
Nice. Thanks, Logan. Thanks for being a part of the show. And last, but certainly not least, the other veteran of every show we've ever done. This gentleman was a founder of a band called Groove Jones in York, Pennsylvania, one of the coolest funk bands you'll ever see live. He's another one who plays in 75 different bands, and he also teaches music down at York at the Weary Arts Center. So this is Rod Gels, everybody, on guitar. And Rod, again, who influenced you to play music?
He's Frehley of Kiss, the guy who had the bombs coming out of his guitar and it smoked, and he looked like an astronaut. So he is part comic book character, part superhero, part really cool lead guitar player. When I was 10 years old. So I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, and I'm older than dirt now. So that was my initial push than 1,000 people since. So.
Thanks, Rod. So I've just heard Ace Frehley is coming to Harrisburg Musical Arts Center on March 4th. So hopefully we'll see you there. I know you did. All right, house band, everybody, give it up for him. Thanks so much, everyone.
All right, Callie, that was an amazing performance. I love Taylor Swift, but I know you do even more. Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. She's just she's an inspiration. She's an amazing singer. She's an amazing songstress. She's just stylistically really appealing to me.
All right, I agree. And if you love Callie's performance, make sure you go to the program, scan the QR code, and donate now. And now, a message from our sponsors.
Whether you're new to Pilates or an avid Pilates enthusiast, Absolute Pilates has something for you. We offer private training and small group classes. We're conveniently located in Mechanicsburg, Camp Hill, and Harrisburg. We have classes for all levels and private training to fit your specific needs. If you've never done Pilates before, we have some great introductory specials to help you get started in the studio. We hope you take some time to give us a try. Mention this ad and we'll offer you a free class.
Boy, what a great day to be a Cumberland Valley Eagle. My name is Mr. Sanquis. I teach French here. I and the kind guys behind me, we're going to play a song by John Prine called That's the Way That the World Goes Round.
All right, Monsieur, I love that performance, love the vibe of it. And like you said, you mentioned that you are a French teacher. I'm going to put you on the spot here, and I want you to describe how you're feeling right now in French.
Je suis très enthousiaste à être ici pour ramasser de l'argent pour les enfants malades. C'est pas pour nous, c'est pour les enfants. It's for the kids.
Now, I can't even confirm if that's French or not, but I'm going to trust him. If you like Monsieur's performance, make sure that you donate to the Teacher Donor Drive. And now, back to our MCs.
To share in the joy of dance should have that opportunity, regardless of age or ability. While instilling the lessons of beautiful dancing, it is also our goal to help form confident, able, thoughtful young people. Through dance, our students learn the rewards of hard work, personal discipline, and perseverance. They experience what it means to be part of a team doing their best for the benefit of others. We strive to ignite their desire for learning, growing, and creating as they discover their own unique gifts.
You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold, lonely light that shines from you. You'll wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool can never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Well, don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could hope to win. You're starting down the road and leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if our love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What a great performance from Liv Moyer. Unfortunately, she couldn't be with us tonight, but she is watching online, so we are still gonna hear from our judges. First, we'll start with Rachel. Any thoughts?
For being able to still perform when you're sick at home, I can't imagine what that was like for you. But you did an outstanding job. You sounded great, and I mean, I don't know if you picked that song before or after you knew you were going to be sick, but the fact that you are still standing, even home in bed. So congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Now to Derek.
I thought The pitch on that song was really good. It seemed to change from verse to chorus, and she handled that really well. It was a little tough to hear the background music, but you know, I thought that considering the technology and everything, it was delivered very well. One thing I would like was, you know, maybe a little more interaction with the camera. Is an only, but I'm not used to Zoom performances, so it's new territory for all of us. But I thought the pitch was really good, and hope one day she can come perform live for us.
Thoughts? Brandon, any last thoughts?
Sure, yeah. Tough to do at home, you know, via video for sure. So tough to, you know, grade any performance out of it. But there was a nice purity in your voice there. I like the way you ended each of your phrasing, especially on the chorus. You didn't get fancy with it. You didn't do any great big runs. You just kind of let the note out and almost ended it like kind of staccato. I like that. You have a good pureness in your voice. I could see you doing kind of a jazzy Diana Krall, maybe a Norah Jones kind of vibe, almost like a crooner vibe there. So excellent job. Really enjoyed the smoothness in your voice. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, judges.
The Perfect Fifth, teaching music and the arts, and creating a community in which to share them. In-person and online lessons available, located at 4913 Gettysburg Road, Mechanicsburg. Visit our website at www.theperfectfifth.com or call us at 717-691-9100.
Nia, Madison, and Mina are a trio called Spring who will be performing for you all tonight.
When life leaves you high and dry. High and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help. I'll shut down the city lights, I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well, to make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from war if you need help, if you need help. Your hope's dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well, to make you well. Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me, and I would do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone, for you. You will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. And if your well is empty, not a thing will prevent me. Tell me what you need, what do you need? I surrender honestly. You've always done the same for me, and I would do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone, for you, for you. You will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. You're my backbone, you're my cornerstone, you're my crutch that I've always needed. after you're gone, gone, gone. I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone.
Wow, that was amazing. Now, let's hear it from our judges. Derek, what did you think?
That was such a cool song for like 3 vocalists. I just thought that whoever, if you collectively came up with that, it was a really cool idea to have like a trio of singers perform a song like that. I have a soft spot in my heart for Philip Phillips. He's from the same town my grandmother lived in, and at the age of 92, she got to go see him perform at his high school, and so I always thought that's like a cool attachment, and his music kind of resonates really well, and it was a really cool performance. I never thought to hear it with 3 singers, so awesome. Good job. Nice way to
Thank
like
you.
kind of reinvent a song that I think we're all familiar with.
Now we will hear from Brandon.
So 3 singers, my first thought was, man, I really hope they do some harmony. I was like, I hope they don't all come out and sing in unison. I'm a sucker for good harmony. You guys did great. That was awesome. A lot of mixing elements in there. I was really impressed with the range across all 3 vocalists. I think the low part, I think that was you in the middle. Awesome range there, hitting the low notes. That was really impressive. But yeah, each of you stood out in different parts. I loved how it didn't feel like there was one person leading the group. It seemed like a true group performance. So excellent job, ladies.
Thank you. Now Rachel.
I also agree. Awesome job. My one little advice is maybe like in the beginning, get more close together and have breakout moments where you're like leaving each other here and there. But obviously you 3 are good friends, and so starting together and having that close knit might have helped the little stage jitters there in the beginning as well. Unison is sometimes really good to be tight and be together. So, but awesome job overall. You guys sound great. Keep going.
Give it up one last time for Spring.
Now, I heard that you have a very interesting story as to why you guys are called Spring. Would you like to tell me a little bit about that?
So, funny story. In middle school, we were both in chamber singers, but we really didn't get to reconnect until physics class in my junior and her senior year.
Senior year, so we were in our forces unit, and basically spring force, the equation, the spring constant, its label is Newton over meter, and it's like N over M. I'm Nia, she's Madison, so we felt it was fitting.
All right, I love that. And if you guys love that as well, make sure that you donate to their donor drive right now. And now back to our MCs.
Visit Cold Stone Creamery in Harrisburg for fresh ice cream made daily in our store. Come and enjoy our variety of flavors featuring our new chocolate dipped strawberry and plant-based almond silk chocolate almond milk with toppings and warm waffle. We look forward to seeing you there.
What inspired you to start singing?
I've been singing my whole life, but really when I was in college, I got the opportunity to sing in the a cappella choir at the college I went to at Juniata. And I get to travel all over the world. I actually went to Europe twice, went over to the United States, and got to sing in all kinds of awesome venues. So I think that really for me has been probably the moment where I really decided, hey, I want to keep doing this even when I get a little bit older.
Who is your biggest role model?
My biggest role model, definitely my mom, but as far as singers go, my college choir director was definitely my biggest role model as far as singing goes. He was an awesome guy, and we had so much fun with that group of people.
What artist or band had the biggest impact on your life?
I don't know about any bands that had a big impact on my life. I really like listening to Dave Matthews. I think that makes me seem like an old guy because maybe I am now. But Billy Joel, really, I love singing songs by Billy Joel. I find some of the stuff by Michael Bublé and Frank Sinatra and those things are fun songs to listen to and also to sing along with.
And with COVID and not being able to perform live on stage, what are you looking forward to most?
Well, it's been a long time since I performed live on stage, so I don't know, COVID not included. So getting to perform with a live band, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
And then, where did you find your inspiration for the song that you chose tonight?
So I'm singing Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra, and it actually is a song that I sang to my wife at a karaoke event, like before we were married. So it's a fun song. I enjoy singing it, and it's a short song, so I have to sing that long, which is good.
And then, are you ready?
I think so. I think I'm ready. I think I've sung this song about 500 times, so I think I should be okay. So I probably won't do well at all. That's how that goes. But it'll be a good time.
Thank you. Coming up next is Dr. Christopher performing Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you. Thanks, guys.
Man, I feel like I need to wear a suit for that performance. That was amazing. Now, Dr. Christopher, I overheard a rumor that you are really into fly fishing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, I love it. I'd do it in the middle of the winter if it wasn't so cold, probably. But, honestly, it's a really great hobby to have here in central Pennsylvania because we have so many amazing streams and such just, nice places to fish.
All right, I love that. And if you love Dr. Christopher's performance, make sure you donate to the Teacher Donor Drive. And now, a word from Mr. Bedard, or Mr. Bomboy.
Hi, my name is Lacey. I'm in 5th grade. I go to Monroe Elementary School. And this summer I was diagnosed with a benign brain tumor. So I have to do 60 weeks of chemo medicine. So that means I go once every week and I have to do 60 treatments. I wanted to take you through a day of what it looks like at my chemo treatment. So I usually go on Mondays. I get chemo medicine for to stunt the growth of my brain tumor, and this is just something that kids like to look at. Here's the main entry where I go into the clinic. Yeah, and then this is the waiting room that we get to sit in whenever I'm waiting to get my vitals done and things like that. Yeah, they just have some nice paintings for kids to look at. And there's me. And this is where I get my vitals. So that's my height, weight, blood pressure, and oxygen level. Yeah, and then they just put that all on my chart to see if there's any difference. There's me getting my oxygen level and my blood pressure. I go every single Monday. It's different times. We'll stick to a time for a couple of weeks and then maybe we'll change it up. So like I'll go in the morning at and I'll be there by 9 o'clock, or I'll be there at 12:30 maybe. And then this is the port access room. I have something called a port so they can get my medicine in me. Every single kid has to get a port installed. But yeah, technically it's just something on your chest and they stick a needle in it so they can get you your medicine inside of you safely, and you don't have to be pricked with needles and get an IV every single time. And then she's just taking off the plastic. That is the cream that numbs the area so I don't feel anything. So, and I do that before I leave my house every single chemo treatment. So yeah. And then the nurse is just getting everything ready on the table so she doesn't have to unpackage anything. She just has to grab over and get it. That's my brain squishy. I like to squeeze that whenever I'm feeling a little stressed, or it's just something to squeeze to keep me calm. And yeah, that's her putting the needle in. And next she's just checking for a blood return. And then this is the doctor. She's checking my white blood cell counts to see if my blood is okay to get my full dose of chemo that week. That's my bracelet. They have to scan it just so they know who I am. And now I'm actually getting my medicine, and the reason why I have a lollipop is that some of the flushes that the nurses do, they leave a salty, chemically taste in my mouth, so that just prevents it from tasting bad in my mouth. And the nurses are very nice. And then they have the FourDiamonds words all over the building, at least in the clinic: honesty, wisdom, strength, and courage. And yeah, you can see all of those. And what we're walking past here is different exam rooms where your doctor can come and examine you. And then that is the bell that every single kid rings once they get their course of treatment done. And then these are the different nurses, and we just did a wave. Then this is the big Penn State THON. It's a little mural from all the people who raised money all year, and all of those donations go out to children's hospitals. So yeah, technically all of those donations run the children's hospital. Thank you to everybody who raised money for FourDiamonds this year. You don't know how much it means to everybody. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Rob Bomboy, and I'm an art teacher here at Cumberland Valley High School. That's my daughter Lacey. When we started this show 11 years ago, I loved coming in and raising money for the FourDiamonds. I thought that was pretty awesome. I never, ever in a million years thought that I would take my daughter to the emergency room and find out that because she was seeing double, find out that she had a brain tumor. And so you just never know, it could happen to any of us. But I wanted to speak to you tonight very briefly about why FourDiamonds is important and what we say, or what we mean when we say for the kids. The FourDiamonds Foundation has helped us out immensely throughout all of this process. This happened in July of 2020, and Lacey went through 60 weeks of chemotherapy and just finished in October. Through that time, they gave us gas cards to drive to Hershey and back to Hershey, or back home to our treatments that we did every week. They gave us money for a meal while we were there, every time that we were there for a treatment. And they took care of 100% of our family's medical bills throughout the entire year and the whole time that Lacey was in treatment. So it really does help the families. But there's one other thing I wanted to touch on about FourDiamonds with you and try to kind of make it real for you, I guess. And that is this. FourDiamonds is a foundation that raises money not only to help families, but also to fund cancer research. Now, my daughter Lacey has been going through a treatment for 60 weeks that was developed in 2007. That means that before 2007, nobody would be able to have the good outcome that she has had. And this story has a wonderful ending because on New Year's Eve this year, our doctor called us after a scan on December 30th and told us the great news that Lacey's cancer has stopped growing and she doesn't have to have any more chemotherapy, and she can return to school here in the spring or next year whenever we feel comfortable with that. And it's just a really, really amazing story. So I wanted to, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So when you donate to the FourDiamonds, remember, a lot of that money goes to research that funds treatments for kids like my daughter Lacey. Without that research, there would not be a cure for what Lacey had, and that is totally awesome. So we're pretty excited. She would be here tonight with us, but actually on Friday, this coming Friday, she's having the last step. She's having the port removed from her chest that you saw, and that'll be the end of it. So we don't want to risk her catching anything here at the show tonight. So we're kind of keeping her home and keeping her safe that way. So I wanted to show you the happy ending that we had on January 6th. Check it out.
First thing first, we want you to leave a little bit of your sparkle with us in clinic, okay? Yeah. So these sparkles, sequins, represent all the hard work you have done, okay? So pick any letter you want to, maybe not the ones that are filled. E? Okay. So we'll just put this little funnel up. Are you able to reach that? Yeah. Okay. Dump them in. And you can kind of tap the funnel down. There you go. Awesome. Now the bell is all yours. Ring it loud, my friend. Yeah. Right.
What has inspired you most to start singing? I think mainly my parents. Since a very young age, they were always just around me playing music, and they really inspired me to start singing and getting involved in music.
Very cool. Who's your biggest role model?
I think my sister. My little sister got diagnosed with a brain tumor. She had a brain tumor. She got diagnosed in August 2020, and she underwent 60 weeks of chemo, and she ended in October. So I think that's a really big reason why I wanted to start doing fall this year.
Awesome. What artist or band has had the biggest impact on you?
I grew up listening to a lot of what my parents listened to, but then it was mainly a lot of One Direction and Harry Styles.
What are you most looking forward to being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
I've never really done much with performance, and I really want to learn how to do it and how to have a lasting impact on a crowd, and mainly just really try to make them feel something when I play music. So I think that's what I'm excited about.
Where did your inspiration come from in your song choice?
Actually, it's funny. It's because I don't know if you've ever heard it, but I went on, I think it's called Guitar Tabs this one day, and I just scrolled through the different songs, and then there was Vienna by Billy Joel, and I saw this one girl perform it, and I thought it was really cool how she could play and sing at the same time, such a difficult song, so that made me really want to learn it.
Awesome. And then the last question is, are you ready to perform tonight?
Absolutely.
Next up on stage is Kira Bomboy performing Vienna by Billy Joel.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why you're still so afraid. Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. But you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want, and you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, what will you realize? You had no ways for you. Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time, although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you'll lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, and know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream up, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize you had no ways for you? Down, you crazy child, and take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize you had no ways for you? But you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want, and you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize you piano waits for you.
That was incredible. Let's see what the judges have to say. Brandon?
Super impressive, Kara. Great job. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, so excellent song choice there. I love the character in your voice. It was very Adele-like, maybe some Amy Winehouse comparisons there. Great confidence up there. You could tell you were really singing with emotion, and I think that you mentioned in your video something about captivating a crowd, and I think you accomplished it. Fantastic job. Very impressive.
Rachel?
I agree. Amazing job. James better watch out because there's a new keyboard player in town. But anyway, yeah, I mean, absolutely beautiful. I love Billy Joel. I love piano music, so that was a neat surprise to see you up there playing and singing along. Just great job. Keep it up. I mean, it's hard to believe you haven't performed much in front of a crowd because you killed it.
Derek?
One thing about Billy Joel is I've always thought it'd be like a fun catalog to play in a band, and it's kind of theatrical at times, and he always has like a different element. It's very diverse and everything, and you guys really just kind of caught a nice little groove there, and it just was fun. It was enjoyable. Your vocal tied it all together really nicely. It was just a really enjoyable performance. So good job.
Round of applause for Kira. Good job.
That was an incredibly moving performance and an even more touching story from your sister. Obviously, like everybody goes through tough things, but I know that you had mentioned that one person in particular raises your spirits, one British singer-songwriter. Is that right?
Yes.
And that person is Harry Styles, of course. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with him.
Boyfriend.
Oh, of course. Now, if you loved Kira's performance as much as I did, make sure you donate to her donor drive right now. And now, a message from our sponsors.
Whether you're new to Pilates or an avid Pilates enthusiast, Absolute Pilates has something for you. We offer private training and small group classes. We're conveniently located in Mechanicsburg, Canth Hill, and Harrisburg. We have classes for all levels and private training to fit your specific needs. If you've never done Pilates before, we have some great introductory specials to help you get started in the studio. We hope you take some time to give us a try. Mention this ad and we'll offer you a free class.
What inspired you to start singing?
Well, from a young age, I've been singing since 7 years old, I guess. And when I first came to US, when I got introduced all these different types of songs, I just fell in love with music in general. So I guess that's why.
Who was your biggest role model in your life?
Definitely Mom and YouTube. YouTube because ever since I started learning how to sing, YouTube has been a big part of my life because I can just search up a song and I could just learn it in like an hour or something. So it's always been helpful, and my mom's very supportive of me. So yeah.
What artist or band has had the biggest impact on you?
Probably Rihanna. Ever since I've heard Stay and Diamonds, I just fell in love with her and her personality and her music. So yeah.
And then with COVID and not being able to perform for a year, what are you looking forward to most about performing on stage?
Well, for starters, I performed for THON Factor when I was a freshman,
And now I'm performing as a junior, so I'm just really excited that we're back on the stage again, physically ready to rock and roll.
And then, where did your inspiration come from for you to choose a song that you chose tonight?
Well, I just thought it was really popular among kids our age, and it's a pretty good song, so I like singing it, so yeah.
And then, are you ready?
Totally.
Coming up next is Karsana performing Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. 'Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying 'cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me down. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you. But I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to go to. 'Cause you know I still love you, babe. Sidewalks we've crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, no we're through, but you know I still love you, babe. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Holy cow, that was a great performance. Now let's hear from our judges. We're gonna start with Rachel.
Well, awesome job. I mean, absolutely amazing. You know, you did a great job. You commanded the stage. You hit all the great notes. You had a couple little hiccups, and you kept pushing through. Like, you know, excellent, excellent job. I mean, keep it up. That's all I can say.
Derek.
There's like an art to choosing a song that suits your voice well, and I think you just nailed it. I don't know if that was the original key or what, but that it suited your voice perfectly. So kudos to that. And also there are a lot of like really what I would consider, I'm not really a singer, difficult intervals, and you handled them really well. And so just great job. Good mic control too. You know, I was able to hear the whole thing perfectly, even in the lower registers, the higher registers, everything. It was just really enjoyable. Good job.
Now, Brandon, any last thoughts from you?
Yeah, I think that Derek hit it on the head, that song choice-wise, when you start that song, you know, it's all about subtlety and vulnerability, right? And it suited your voice perfect. And then it gets into, I don't know if it's the pre-chorus or the chorus, where when Olivia does it, she hits it in the falsetto, and you did it in full voice, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. She's going for it. Big notes in the chorus, way to back it off in the verse, excellent texture throughout, really suited your voice. Again, super impressive. You wowed me, so great job.
Great job, once again.
Wow, Karsana, that was an amazing performance. Now, we had all of our contestants send in a little fun fact about themselves. You stood out the most, where you said that when you were 8 years old, you tried to race a car while biking, and you lost. My question for you is, at your age 16, do you believe that you could beat that car today?
Of course, I just sang driver license.
Now she has a car, people. She could beat that car. Now, if you want to donate to a Karsana, you got to go to that program, scan the QR code, and donate now. And now, a message from our sponsors.
What inspired you to start singing?
So when I was 4 years old, I was going to church locally nearby since I grew up here, and the veteran choir director, Mrs. Anderson, who was here, asked me if I wanted to just give it a try as a 4-year-old to join their cherub choir, and I did, and I've never stopped singing since then.
Very interesting. Who is your biggest role model in your life?
So I would say I have two, and one is probably the standard, my mother. Definitely an influence, a very strong, independent woman. But also in my background, I've done a lot of studying with the history of my family, and I am related to Nellie Bly, who really stood up for women's rights and equality for all different peoples, everyone who's marginalized, all minorities, whether it be for health reasons or anything else. And so she's really inspired me to kind of do the same things in my own way in life.
What artist or band has had the biggest impact?
So currently, I'm super into We the Kingdom, which is kind of a punk and a rock and a little bit of everything on the Christian side of music. I have a lot of country artists that I love, and I listen to a lot of just pop culture stuff, especially being a wedding DJ. I listen to a lot of everything, and I end up liking a lot of everything as well, so I don't really have a favorite.
What are you most looking forward to for performing-wise after a year of COVID's happened?
So I have fortunately been able to continue to lead worship at my church a little bit through the pandemic, and so that's been a real blessing. But it was definitely really hard, and I think all the kids who participate in things that have to do with live performance and all the adults that do it as well, that kind of home and that family was removed from them during the pandemic. And so I'm just really excited to watch the kids continue to get involved, to watch all of the students involved with THON Factor get to do what they love and get to do it together again, which we all missed out on so much.
Where did the inspiration come from for you to choose the song that you're singing?
So I'm going to be singing the song Firework by Katy Perry, and there's a line in there about how it's important to be original and how it's important to know that no matter what clouds and no matter rain might be there, there's going to be a rainbow in the end. And as hard as everything has been with the pandemic on everybody and just life in general, there's been some times where I've been through difficult things, and remembering that underneath it all, there's a rainbow there for everybody. And especially when I think about the kids that we're singing for, that are a part of FourDiamonds families, trying to help them find and see the rainbows around them as much as we can. So those lyrics from the song kind of drew me to it.
That's a very good inspiration. And then, are you ready?
You know, I'm going to say, similar to my students, I'm not quite ready right now, but when the test day comes on Friday, I'll be ready.
Coming up next is Miss Futado performing Firework by Katy Perry.
I expect you to all sing with me.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screams, but no one seems to hear a thing? You should know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, as you shoot across the sky. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe a reason why all the doors are closed, so you can open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time, you know, you just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're... Come on, let your courage worth. Make them go, as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a fire.
There's no judges.
Amazing performance. Now, I know that you are an anatomy teacher, is that correct? Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I know that the bones unit is currently right now. I'm going to have you name all 206 bones in 10 seconds, starting.
All the bones of the head, all the bones of the chest, all the bones of the legs, all the bones of the arms, all the bones of the hands, all the bones of the vertebrae, all the bones of the... Okay, see? I hope my kids are proud.
Now, if you love Miss Futado's performance, make sure you donate to that teacher donor drive. And now, back to our MCs.
The Keystone Musical Arts Center offers private lessons on most instruments and voice, group classes, performance opportunities, and summer rock band camps. KMAC is located in Camp Hill next to the YMCA and is the only nonprofit school of music on the West Shore.
What inspired you to start singing?
I think I've been singing from a really young age, but I just got into theater first, and when I got involved with that community, I kind of realized I liked everything about it, the dancing, the singing, the acting, so I decided to pursue singing after acting.
Awesome. Who is your biggest role model?
Definitely Leona Lewis. We're both Guyanese mixed, so it's just really awesome seeing a pop star with a similar voice to me do so well and succeed, and I mean, she's just a great singer. Everyone loves her.
What artist or band has had the biggest impact on you?
I feel like I change artists and bands a lot, but right now it's Cave Town and Ricky Montgomery. I love their lyrics, and I feel like they're really meaningful and impactful, and I love that.
Awesome. What are you most looking forward to being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
I mean, I guess just the performing itself. I've always felt the most at home when I was performing, and I'm just excited to feel that again.
Nice. Where has your inspiration come from for the song you chose?
Jordan Sparks is really similar to Leona Lewis, so I've listened to her a lot, and I mean, I feel like I really like 2000s songs, so just listening to this, I was kind of like, I definitely want to do this song.
Are you ready to perform tonight?
I hope so.
Next up on stage is Mina performing Battlefield by Jordan Sparks.
Don't try to explain your mind, I know what's happening here. 1 minute it's love, and suddenly it's like a battlefield. One word turns into a war. Why is it the smallest things that tear
was amazing, Mina. Now let's hear it from the judges. Derek?
I'm not familiar with that song, but I'm willing to bet that when it was recorded, it was done in several parts, meaning the phrasing isn't very live performance friendly, I would say. So I think what you did with the dynamics was really good. It was a challenging song. I found myself like holding my breath, like, oh my gosh, there's like a ton of lyrics in one little spot, and you're just, you know, navigating that very well. So great job with what I would consider a difficult song to perform live. And are you a theater performer? Yeah. So the dynamics and everything really, I think, worked in your favor. You know, your experience with, you know, integrating that into a pop performance. So good job.
Brandon?
Yeah, excellent work. Were you the one I pointed out in spring? Were you in that one as well?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, just making sure, yeah. So noting that you were in spring, and I feel like you were doing the low parts in that one, you were doing the high parts in this one, for sure. So fantastic range from spring to this. I think you worked the stage great. Your energy was definitely out there. I noted too, I was thinking, yeah, she might be a theater performer for sure, because there were some theatrical elements in there, you know, a little Broadway musical kind of vibe in there too, with the pop nature of the Jordan Sparks song. But overall, really impressive, big voice. One thing constructive-wise, if I can offer, I noticed a lot of times when you're singing, not you, but just people in general, when you're singing songs that have really high notes, I think the tendency is to usually close your eyes and kind of feel the song. And one thing I did notice that maybe could have enhanced the performance maybe a little bit more is like looking out into the audience, or in our case, the camera, because we're watching up here on the big screen as well. So very small criticism. Nonetheless, impressive voice and impressive song. Well done.
Thank you. Rachel?
I mean, they all pretty much said everything already, but excellent job. I mean, you definitely commanded the stage. You were belting out those notes way higher than I could ever sing. And like Brandon said, to hear you singing all the low parts in the other song, that just was totally caught me off guard. Whenever I saw that you were doing Battlefield, I was like, how's she going to pull this off with that low, deep voice? But nope, you did it, so good job.
Thank you. Give it up for Mina. You can go meet Abby backstage.
All right, Mina, that was an amazing performance. You were so talented. Now, I had learned that you love video games. What is your favorite game?
Genshin Impact and Final Fantasy 13.
All right, there you go. I'm personally a little bit of a Minecraft fan, but I'll let that slide. If you enjoyed Mina's performance, make sure you donate to her donor drive right now.
Hi, my name is Nathan Smelser. I'm a CV alumni. I graduated last year, class of 2021, and last year was finally the year that I got involved with Mini-THON. I joined THON Factor on a whim, and I ended up winning, which was a lot of fun. Right now, I am at the Pennsylvania College of Technology for aviation maintenance, so I'm going to be an airplane mechanic at some point, hopefully soon. And what I'm doing to continue my involvement with THON and FourDiamonds is that I am a board member of the Pennsylvania College of Technology benefiting THON. It's an organization here at PCT that is basically the Mini-THON, but here at college. The reason I'm continuing to involve myself with THON and FourDiamonds is that I was a FourDiamonds kid. It's apparent, I think, maybe. I had cancer when I was in 7th grade, or it was at the end of 7th grade. I missed completely out on all of 8th grade. I went through 5.5 weeks of radiation, 54 weeks of chemo, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. That was sarcasm. Lots and lots of sarcasm. It wasn't fun at all. But something that made it better was that we didn't have to pay for it at all because of FourDiamonds. We didn't have to pay any bills. Our gas for driving back and forth to Hershey was all taken care of because of the money that THON raises and Mini-THON raises. And that fact, just the amount of improvement that just added to my life is incalculable. And that's why I continue to do this, because I want to be able to give unfortunate families who are in that situation that I was in the chance to live a normal life and not have to deal with all that, because I just can't imagine my life without FourDiamonds. And yeah, that's why I do this, because I think everyone deserves what I got, and I hope that you do too, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you for listening to me ramble.
What inspired you the most to start singing?
Nothing really inspired me. It was just kind of something that I started doing, and then I liked it, so I kept doing it.
Okay. Who is your biggest role model?
I'd say my older brother. Yeah, it's just nice.
Who, as an artist or a band, has had the biggest impact on your singing?
Definitely Taylor Swift, because I listen to her so much, and she's just awesome.
What are you most looking forward to being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
Definitely just the excitement of the entire night and performing and everything, all the good energy.
Where has your inspiration come from for the song you chose to sing?
Probably Taylor Swift again, because I knew I wanted to do a song by her, and I just love everything about her.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Performing next on stage is Leah Collins performing State of Grace by Taylor Swift.
Fantastic performance, Leah. Let's see what the judges have to say. Brandon?
Great tone and pitch to your voice. There wasn't any wow high notes in there or low notes. The song suited yourself perfectly. I would say you have a great voice for radio, for a recording studio. I think you'd sound really good in there. Great confidence in your voice. You could definitely tell you're familiar with Taylor Swift. You know the song. You were confident, and you were smiling up there as you were singing. So it definitely looked like you had fun as well. Overall, wonderful job.
Rachel?
I agree. Awesome job. I'm super impressed in how well all of you guys are playing with the band. Like, you act like you guys are together all the time, and I know you probably only got to practice with those guys a couple times, but yet, it didn't even faze you. You just killed it, and you did a great job, and I'm glad you love Taylor Swift so much because it shows.
Derek?
It's tough to find something to pick apart in that. It was just really you started out in the verse register and everything, and then the song built up. I was pleasantly surprised by the high notes not sounding shrill, or they didn't sound forced. It just sounded like very comfortable. You hit them with ease. It was pleasant. So I thought the song really fit your register well, your range. I'm sorry. So great song selection and great delivery of those high notes. I thought it was just really nice to hear, and you hit those with you commanded the stage with those notes. Good job.
Round of applause for Leah.
All right, Leah, that was an amazing performance. You should have saw me back here. I was dancing so much. But I did a little research about you, and I learned that you have a unique superstition regarding double knotting your shoelaces. Please tell me about that.
So basically, when I was little, my dad told me not to double knot my shoes whenever I was playing soccer. And it just stuck in my head for so long that now I cannot double knot my shoes, or I think that something very bad is going to happen.
So your shoes tonight are not double knotted, correct? All right, we love to see it. If you loved Leah's performance as much as I did, make sure you donate to her donor drive. And now, a word from our sponsors.
The Perfect Fifth, teaching music and the arts, and creating a community in which to share them. In-person and online lessons available, located at 4913 Gettysburg Road, Mechanicsburg. Visit our website at www.theperfectfifth.com or call us at 717-691-9100.
What has inspired you to start singing?
I've been singing since I was probably 3 years old, could talk. I watched a lot of Elmo. I don't know if that's what inspired me to sing, but Taylor Swift for sure. I always listen to her, so she's kind of been like my base of what to do, I guess.
Who is your biggest role model?
Biggest role model? Biggest role model in the music industry, again, Taylor Swift, just because I've always looked up to her songwriting abilities, and that's something I'm super passionate about. So I sort of look to her for direction, and she's just handled everything she's been given in a really, really great way. So definitely her, and if we're not talking music industry, probably my parents. They're great role models.
What are you most looking forward to being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
My gosh, I haven't sang with a band in a really long time, so I'm very excited to be on stage with a band and perform in front of a real audience. It'll be really fun.
Where has your inspiration come from for the chosen song?
So the song I'm singing is Chasing Pavements by Adele, but I'm doing the Glee version of it, so it's more of a poppy take on the song, which is a lot more fun for the band to do. So inspiration, I've probably rewatched Glee about 5 or 6 times, so this performance has always been one of my favorites for Glee, so that's kind of where my inspiration.
Are you ready to perform?
I'm so ready. I am ready, and I hope everyone enjoys. Donate to CV Mini-THON. I love that it's for a great cause.
Coming up next on stage is Ella Ferguson performing Chasing Pavements by Adele.
I've made up my mind. Don't need to think it over. If I'm wrong, I am right. Don't need to look no further. This ain't love's. I know this is love. But if I tell the world, I'll never say enough, 'cause it was not said to you. And that's exactly what I need to do if I end up with you. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I know my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah. I build myself up and fly around in circles, waiting as my heart drops and my back begins to tingle finally. Could this be it? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Or would it be a waste, even if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep on chasing pavements? Should I just chasing pavements? Pavements, even if would it be a waste, if I knew my place? Should I leave it there? Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing pavements, even if it leads nowhere? Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, Ella, that was phenomenal. Now let's take it over to the judges. Let's start with Brandon.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting to go first. I was expecting to go last there. Given the pattern. Listen, to do an Adele song is tough, right? I'm glad that you went old school Adele. That was off. She released that when she was 19 years old in 2008. So I'm glad you went old school and not super current with Adele. Great song choice. The highlight of that song definitely was where you were hitting high notes in the chorus, where you weren't singing all the lyrics. You know, it was great, beautiful sound coming out there. All in all, I think it did a great job. It's like, again, I mean, I think to choose Adele shows guts, and you did it well. You served it well.
Thank you.
Now, Rachel.
Awesome job. I love how you mixed it up. I love how you gleed it. It was a very cool version. And, you know, the outfit fit the song that you chose. That's cool, too. But, yeah, I mean, beautiful job. You can't really add much to it. You can't really critique that. Thank you.
Lastly, Derek.
I would say the first word that came to mind as the song kind of progressed was just mature. It sounded like you're a seasoned performer. You handled the stage well. It just was like, that was the only word that came to mind. I was like, wow, like mature, experienced. It sounded great. It sounds like you do this often.
Thank you.
Great job.
Good job, girl.
Oh, that was an amazing performance. That was the type of performance that could bring a grown man to tears. Now, I've got a question for you. Now, I know that you played Sharpay in your Eagle View Middle School production of High School Musical. My question is, how has that role prepared you to be the performer you are today?
Well, I was 12 years old when I played that role, but it definitely showed me to get out of my comfort zone and just get out of my skin and sort of be the performer I can be. Sharpay's not, she's a very outgoing, like, big character, so it kind of had to get me out of my comfort zone. So yeah, it's prepared me that way.
All right, I love that. Make sure that you donate to Ella's Donor Drive. And now to the next part.
I've always felt cold up in the mountains. Something's missing from the shore I call my life. I'm stuck in a place where the grass isn't greener, doesn't want to grow. And I'm beginning to think.
Hi everybody, my name is Jillian Smith and I am a local country artist and Nashville recording artist and a Cumberland Valley grad. I graduated in 2021, so this past year. And I'm really bummed I can't be there tonight, but duty calls. I have a show tonight and I'm packing up for Nashville for some more shows and some songwriting. But I wanted to tell you guys, congratulations to all the performers. You made a great choice in deciding to do this show. This was definitely my favorite part in high school, and you are in great hands. Mr. Bedard, you always put on a great show, and Mr. Bedard was actually the one that told me I should try country music, so I have him to thank for that. And performers, you are working with some amazing musicians in that house band, so you should be very grateful that you get to work with them. And Cumberland Valley Mini-THON staff, I cannot say enough good things about you. You put your heart and soul into these events, so thank you so much for helping this amazing cause, and I am happy to say that I love donating to CV Mini-THON, so make sure you guys out in the crowd are donating still. And performers, I cannot wait to see all of your performances tonight, but good luck, everybody, and have fun on that stage.
What inspired you to start singing?
That's kind of hard. It's just something I always did growing up, just around the house. It's just
awesome. Who is your biggest role model?
I would say Julianne Hough is a very big role model for me. Just everything that she puts in with her work and her dancing and her singing.
What artist or band has the biggest impact on you?
I feel like that's so hard to decide because there's so many good like bands and artists. So I wouldn't say there's like one that's like, you know, prominent.
What are you most looking forward to while being on stage after a year where you couldn't?
I think just like the community that involves being on stage and like your friends with your backstage and everyone that's involved. It's most definitely.
Where did your inspiration come from for the chosen song?
Well, I haven't decided my song yet. It's kind of a surprise. I kind of got, told to do this. Not told, but I'm excited. just kind of, come on, let's do this.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
Are you ready to perform tonight?
Tonight, yes.
Next up on stage is Haley.
Something told me it was over. When I saw you and that girl talking, something deep down in my soul said, cry, girl. When I saw you and that girl walking around, I would rather go blind, boy, than to see you walk away from me, yeah. So you see, I love you so much that I just don't want to watch you leave me, baby. Most of all, I just don't want to be free, no. I was just sitting here thinking of your kiss and your warm embrace, yeah. When the reflection in the glass that I held to my lips now, baby, revealed the tears rolling down my face. As Tennessee whiskey, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. I would rather go blind than to see you walk away. I would rather go blind, yeah.
Now let's hear it from the judges. Derek?
Before I get started on that, I just want to say how nice it is. I've been doing this for like 10 or 11 years, and the crowd has always been really supportive and encouraging, so that's awesome. So I think that's really important to have your peers and parents and everybody just here to encourage you, so good job, everybody. A slow song like that, there's a lot of space where you can kind of get lost in and push and pull and everything, and I think your timing and everything was really noticeably, again, I don't want to repeat the word I used before, but mature. You know, you really used that space wisely. There's a lot of space in a slow song like that, and it didn't feel rushed. It just felt comfortable, and it was nice to listen to, and you didn't hurry the song at all, and it just flowed nicely.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, Haley, even in your package there, your speaking voice, I was like, oh, that's easy on the ear. Like, it almost sounds like you'd be like talking on the radio, just your speaking voice alone. And I was like, all right, her vocals are gonna be stellar coming out here. And you walked out, and I was like, wait, is this Jillian Smith? We just saw her there, right? I mean, very similar, but great different vibe with the blues song. The whole time in my head, honestly, I was singing Tennessee Whiskey, so I'm glad you did the mashup thing of that as well. Very cool. Seasoned, mature, you know, we used that a couple times tonight. Honestly, you know, I travel around for my day job, and I was picturing myself, I could have been in any major city, in any smoky bar, and you would have been singing in there, and I would have been like, where did they find this girl? She sounds great. So, great job. Sounded great.
Rachel?
I can definitely see why you were recruited to come and sing for us tonight. I mean, that was a very good job. And if you're not out performing live, you really should be.
Thank you. Give it up one more time for Haley. You can go meet Abby backstage.
That was an amazing performance and such a great way to close our show. Now, I got a question for you. A lot of people here know that you used to be an Irish dancer. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, would you like to tell me a little bit about what Irish dancing is?
Well, it's most definitely complicated, and it takes a lot of years to figure out how to actually do it. I've been doing it for about 11 years, and yeah.
All right, I love that. I love that. Now, if you want to donate to Haley, you got to do it right now. The show is almost ending, and make sure you donate to all the rest of the performance that you've seen tonight.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Now please enjoy while the band plays for 10 minutes while we calculate our total. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Maybe like one more minute.
Hello, everybody. Well, we hope you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight, but now we're going to announce our winners.
So, our top fundraiser tonight, who will also get a bid at being able to perform at THON, is...
Drumroll, please.
Kira Bomboy!
Now, the judges pick to play at the THON Pep Rally, if we're allowed to have one. Drum roll, please. The visitors!
And lastly, the other performers performing at our Mini-THON event. Haley Kirk. Ella Ferguson. And a Karsana.
Now, another round of applause for all of the performers tonight. And now
Where are we at?
The three of us do like... Ready, hold on. Alrighty, everyone. Now get ready for our final total for the night. Can we please get a drum roll from the band?
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight.
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. Have a great night, everybody. THON Factor is out. See you live stream. Thank you. The donor drive will stay open for a week. Please jump in if you have some friends or family that haven't gotten to see it. Check it out on the YouTube channel and donate. This has been great. Thanks, everybody. Good night.